My liege? Are you in there? It's only me. I've brought some tea. Only as I recall you have not had any breakfast, and it's almost midday. My liege, if you are indeed in your quarters, I do humbly request that you answer me. If you do not desire tea, I will leave it for the chambermaid to collect, but it worries me so whenever you do not answer. Where in Basilisk's name could they be? I fought off rampaging ogres that were less stressed than just one heir. Oh, listen to yourself, Talia. You are complaining about something minuscule. They might have just excused themselves to the bathroom, or are in fact eating the breakfast they missed out on with the servants, or they are no doubt putting themselves in danger. Of course it's that one. My duchy! Are you hurt at all? No broken bones? Thank the wings on my back. I don't think I could hold my shame if I had to report to the Queen that the 2 minutes you were out of my sight, you had managed to mangle your leg. I would have never forgiven myself. What in all that is cold-blooded were you doing? The future sovereign of our stalwart kingdom, hanging from the ceiling? If my mother could see this, she would surely hang me upside down until all the marrow in my bones squirreled its way into my horns. And if your mother, the Queen, saw this, I would do that myself. Pray tell, just what in good conscience were you doing, my liege? You were trying to see if you could retrieve one of the werewolf servant's robes? Whilst that is a very selfless act, my liege, and one I cannot rebuke you for seeking to do. Could you not have simply sought me out? And this issue could have been resolved without you having to attempt your best monkey-beast-man impression. Occasions such as these are precisely the reason you have me. And furthermore, acts such as these are precisely the reason I spend half my time knotting my tail in worry, and the other half unknotting it once more. Had you simply informed me of this, I would have had those robes down in 2 beats of a snake's heart. Instead, in order to find you at all this morning, I must listen for the sounds of untold chaos down the halls and follow that. As if you think you can get away with such escapades by simply moving where I cannot see you. You forget. My eyes are only one of the ways I can track you down. Your mother did not seek out the most naturally gifted demi-human she could find because she thought raising and caring for you was going to be a simple task. My ears, my nose, my sonar capabilities, and even the taste of the air on the forked tip of my tongue far mean you'll never stay uncaught in the act for long. Yet you never have given up trying, have you, my grace? You have been in my charge, my care, since the day you were born, all those years ago. I know you better than you know yourself. Ever since you could crawl, you were on the move, and you haven't stopped since. My naturally enhanced senses and talents could only give me so much of a head start over your traditional human nanny. The rest of the tools, I had to learn just like anyone else. It would not have made any difference if the Queen had trusted the future of this fabled city to a 50-foot banshee or a siren with a sore throat if neither had studied what it meant to be an actual governess. But I wanted to learn, so terribly. The thought of being able to serve the most prestigious family in any species' history was an honor I could not pass up. With my own mother serving as your grandfather's own governess, I'm sure you know just how much she cared for the boy, serving as his chief advisor until his death. It felt even more like fate when the Queen visited the land where I grew up and requested the strongest of our kind aid her in rearing the future. So, I traveled to the City of Legend and began to live and work within the palace. Not only as the one who will serve you until the end of your days with every ounce of strength she can muster, but, as you know, as a member of the Royal Guard. I became a master strategist and combatant alike, serving on countless missions both close to home and far. Tea, my liege? Of course. Some food as well, perhaps? Wonderful. Then, when you were born, I still served as a member of this kingdom's defense, but as a tactician only. The head of the guard, they call me. But my focus became you from that day forward. I let the heroes I had trained handle the actual fighting. It was time to adapt to an even greater challenge. One that didn't use catapults or axes, but one that could cause just as many bruises. What amazed me the most was just how much you gravitated towards me. The fire breath, the fangs, the scales, the shedding. You did not care about any of it. In fact, it fascinated you. Learning about it, I realized all of your family throughout millennia upon millennia were the same. So many different types of species were brought in to serve and care for each generation. And the bond that formed, every time without fail, was thicker than anything. Whereas now you just think I'm out to spoil your reckless behavior, because it's been so many years and suddenly you'd rather jump off a balcony or try and flirt with eldritch girls than talk to me. I told you, my liege. I see more than you think. It's just the stuff I admonish you for that you think I see. Even now, my stories about history are enough to draw your attention. This, my liege? Just some simple laundry. You did not see me holding the basket. Well, isn't that odd? Which is why I feel confident that one day, when your mother and father pass, your rule over this divine city and its people will be just as noble. For your history is a fascinating one, even to a crazy lunatic who hangs from the ceiling. We just have to get you there in one piece first, don't we?